I wore the Oura Ring Gen 4 for one whole month, and this is what I learned during those 31 days. So let's talk tech wearables in 2025. There are so many options, brands, and types of wearables around these days. And for me, a ring was that choice, that being the Oura Ring Gen 4. The Oura Ring is cool and all, but the hardware is simple. 6 colors to choose from the standard ring, and 4 colors to choose from the new ceramic ring. Now, I purchased a stealth and a silver in a size 10, and I ended up sticking with the silver one at the end of the day. Now, I did like the way the stealth looked and the way the stealth felt, but it was sustained to paint chipping, and really anything I touched, anything that knocked the ring, paint chips. And as you can see, I opted to wear it on my pointer finger. Now, where this thing shines is the software powered by all of the sensors on this ring. And all of that info is then pushed to the Oura app. And yeah, the app's $5.99 a month. There is a subscription-based model that you kind of have to buy to get the full capabilities out of this ring. So keep that in mind when you're gonna think Oura. Now, when purchasing this thing, I was back and forth on it because ultimately I wanted to purchase the Oura Ring to ultimately replace my Apple Watch Ultra. That's really what I wanted because I've been wearing an Apple Watch Ultra for a long time and I thought it was time to maybe get something new, get something different. At the end of the day, wearing the Oura Ring and wearing the Apple Watch Ultra, I started to see how they complement each other more than working separately and siloed in their own ways. Now, when it comes to the capabilities, it's powered by 5 categories on the app: readiness, sleep, activity, heart rate, and stress. All right, so I have to take an intermission from this video because Oura, they just updated their app and it looks really good. The UI is extremely clean, so that's what I'm gonna show you in the rest of this video. So your readiness score basically shows how balanced your recovery and activity are. It looks at your sleep quality, your body signals, and your activity levels to figure out how ready you are to take on the day. Your sleep score breaks down how well you actually slept, not just how long. It looks at your sleep stages, restfulness, and timing to show the overall quality of sleep and what you can do to improve it. Activity. Your activity score measures how much you're actually moving throughout the day, from steps and workouts to even light movement like cleaning or walking around the house. The heart rate graph on the Oura app gives you a color-coded look at your heart rate throughout the day, from when you're sleeping and active to the moments of stress and recovery, all shown in one chart. And daytime stress lets you see how your body responds to stress throughout the day, helping you understand, manage, and recover from it effectively. So the real question, how does this Oura Ring complement my Apple Watch so well? And it's really just a separation of use cases. The Apple Watch is built for workouts. Nothing will replace it when it comes to exercise tracking. It's night and day better at monitoring workouts, and the Apple Fitness integration is simply superior. That's what the Apple Watch was designed for. And the Oura Ring fills the gaps left by the Apple Watch. It focuses on recovery and sleep as passive metrics while monitoring your heart rate in real time. Even while wearing the Apple Watch with the Oura Ring, you're still able to take all of the data that the Apple Watch gives out throughout the day and feed all of those metrics through Apple Health, through the Oura Ring, most importantly, the activity data. But what's impressive with the Oura Ring app is the fact that you can deep dive into specific categories. For example, the learning curve just isn't as steep as you think it'd be when you jump into these specific categories. For example, sleep. Sleep's something that I ultimately bought the Oura Ring for, and it's something that I've really wanted to focus on because I am not a good sleeper. And while having this Oura Ring, checking my sleep score and monitoring it daily, I've been able to improve my sleep over the time of having this ring. I've been also able to learn about how I sleep over time and things that have been suggested to me through the app that have helped me. Cutting off caffeine and coffee before noon, nothing after noon, and being able to take my phone and leave it in my office when I go to bed so I don't have something to turn to, and then unplugging my clock so I don't have a clock to kind of see the time. And that's something that I really struggled with, was the fact that I wake up in the middle of the night and can't go back to sleep, and I've almost eliminated that completely, and I've seen a rise in my sleep score over time because of that. But that's just one of the many data points where you can dive into and kind of see the baseline, but also get in kind of the deeper layers of things and get suggestions on how you can kind of help yourself with your health overall just like how I kind of did it with sleep. What's nice about this ring, kind of coming back to the hardware, it charges extremely fast. You have about 5 or 6 days on a single charge. For me, I usually just take this thing off when I shower, plug it in, and I'm good for 5 or 6 days at a time. So I don't really have to ever worry about battery. And if I do go a long period of time wearing it, it tells me how many hours I have counting down until it's gonna die. So I always have a charge on it. At the end of the day, our health is one of our most important tools, especially as we age. And yeah, I'm turning 31 this month. As someone who shows up on camera, health is a hack of both confidence and a way of accountability to make sure I'm taking care of myself, both physically and mentally. And to do that, I'm able to show up on camera with the fullest potential and confidence. Now, I've only had this thing for a month, so it's still learning my body and kind of the trends and ins and outs of how my body works and how it kind of syncs up to this ring over time. But I'm loving this thing, and I'm loving how it's integrated into my life so perfectly. I've loved how it's the first thing I check in the morning, and I love how it's integrated with my Apple Watch so well, so I can still continue to wear my Apple Watch and also be able to wear my Oura ring. Let me know down in the comments if you want a 6-month review of this thing. I'll dive in more on how this thing works for my life being a filmmaker and content creator. But yeah, that's the Oura Ring Gen 4. I've had it for 31 days now, and I absolutely love this thing. I do not leave the house without it. I do not go to sleep without it. It hardly leaves my finger. But yeah, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.